So, you want to go to fashion school, but you're not sure how to choose the right school for you. With so many schools out there, it can be overwhelming to figure out which school will best, support your career goals in fashion. The right school can make a huge difference in your career in fashion. So, it's essential to pick one that aligns with your strength and aspirations. So, in this video, we'll cover how to choose the best fashion schools based on your career goals, the key factors to consider when making your decision, and a closer look at top 6 fashion schools around the world to help you, find the right one for you. So let's dive in. So I get a lot of questions, from people asking me which school they should go to. And the answer is always the same. You're the only one who can know this. It's a deeply personal decision and no one can make it for you because choosing the right fashion schools depend entirely on your goals and aspirations. When choosing your fashion school, it's super important to align the program you're applying to with your, long-term career goals. Whether you want to become a designer, an entrepreneur, a fashion stylist, a marketer, each school has its own strength and they're all known for something. So to figure this out, ask yourself these 3 questions. So what do I see myself doing in the next 5, 10, 20, and even 30 years from now? The second question is, what career do I want to have? And the third question is, who do I want to work with and where? Once you have a clear idea or even, just a broad vision of what you want to do in the future, it becomes so much easier to find the right school for you. So here are some key factors to think about. So the first thing to think about is specialization. Some schools offer broad programs that cover all areas in fashion, everything in fashion, while others focus on, specific fields like fashion design, marketing, merchandising, fashion styling. What I really recommend is for you to, look at schools that offer specialized program instead of broad one. Now that you know your goals and what you want to do in the future, search for a school that are excelling in that field, specific field you want to get into. The second thing to consider is the location of the school. So as you probably know, the best schools are in the fashion capitals such as Paris, New York, London, and Milan. And studying in these cities gives you better opportunities for networking and internships after your school. But don't overlook great schools that are, outside of these 4 capitals. For example, you have the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Antwerp in Belgium, you have Polimoda in Florence, Italy, or you have Bunka Fashion College in Tokyo, Japan. And these schools have unique strength and can give you unique opportunities even if they're not in the, top fashion capitals. So to choose the right school, think about whether the school locations really align with your goals and aspirations. Third is to look for schools that have, a pretty strong ties with the fashion industry. Schools with a solid, alumni networks or even partnerships with big fashion brands can help you open, help you open so many doors for, internships, jobs, or even mentorships from people in the fashion industry. And this is something many people don't consider when choosing the right school to go to, but it can open so many doors after you go to school for an internship or a job. So another thing to consider is the curriculum of the program and the school general, learning style. Some schools emphasize on hands-on practical work, while others focus more on theory and academics. So if you learn more by doing, look for school with a more creative and practical approach. And if you're a more academic person, choose schools with a strong research programs and focus on theory. In my opinion, you should consider schools that offer more practical and hands-on work because fashion is a practical field. Now, if you want a more detailed guidance on how to get into the fashion industry, I've just released a step-by-step guide that covers everything from getting into your top fashion school to landing your first internship. In the guide, we dive into how to choose the right school for you with checklists, templates, and lots of, helpful tips to make sure you pick the best school based on your career goals. So you can find the guide by clicking the first link in the description. So choosing the right fashion school isn't just about picking a big name school or choosing a school that's in an amazing location. So once you have a list of options, which by now you should, there's some different things you should consider when making your final decision. So the first thing to consider is tuition and scholarships. Fashion schools can be expensive, so it's super important for you to factor in, the tuition costs and see if the school you're applying to offer any kind of scholarships opportunities. Some schools have programs to help students manage their expenses, and you can also look into external scholarships, specifically for fashion students. In my last video was all about scholarships, so have a look. Next, think about the facilities and resources the school provides, like sewing labs, design studios, fashion libraries, and access, to the latest softwares and tools. And having modern and well-equipped spaces is crucial for developing your skills. I've heard from students who went to schools with, outdated facilities, and it really impacted their education and how they were trained. And no, I won't name any schools. So make sure you do your research on the school's facilities and what they have to offer. So another super important factor to consider is whether a school offers strong student support services, like career counseling, internship placement programs, or even mental health support. And these can make a huge difference in your, overall experience with the school. Fashion school is a lot of hard work and can sometimes get super stressful. So having a school that supports you and helps you along the way is essential and even necessary. And finally, research the school reputation in the fashion industry. Look for reviews from current or former students to get feedback on the quality of education, the school environment and job placement rates after graduation. And it's also a super good idea to reach out to alumni. People who have been in the school in the past and hear firsthand about their experience, what they like, what they didn't like. And, knowing that the school has a strong track record of, helping graduates land jobs in the fashion industry is a big plus. Now let's talk about 6 of the best top fashion schools in the world. So let's go through each of them and see which one is best for you considering your, career goals. So the first school is Parsons School of Design in New York. Parsons is one of the top fashion schools globally, and it's known for, producing talented designers. The school is in the fashion capital in New York, which offers, endless opportunities to connect with the industry, and it's way easier to land internships once you go to that school. So who is the school for? So if you want to be a designer, work in marketing or merchandising, this school is an amazing choice for you. So what you should know about this school is that they offer, different programs, but mainly concentrated around, fashion design, fashion business, and fashion marketing. And like I told you before, being in New York, and especially after you leave Parsons with the school's reputation, students have great opportunities and open so many doors for great internships. And in fact, many big designers today, Marc Jacobs, Tom Ford, have attended Parsons. So the second school is, this school is famous for creative and experimental approach to fashion, and it has a history of producing big names in fashion like, Alexander McQueen or Stella McCartney. So who is the school for? I would say if you want to focus on creativity, if you're super creative, and if you want to push boundaries in fashion, this school is perfect for you.
Same 2 qualities of fabric.
This school is really competitive and challenging. It's perfect for those. So the third school is the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Antwerp, Belgium. This school is also known for its, avant-garde style and encourages pretty bold and experimental fashion design. So who is the school for? I would say the school is for designers who want to develop a unique and artistic style and don't mind, a challenging program, because the school is pretty known for being quite hard. So what you should know about the school? The school focuses on creativity and technical skills. The school focuses on creativity and technical skills, like I told you, and their annual student fashion show is a pretty big deal, and it attracts a lot of professionals and media from all around the world. So the fourth school is Istituto Marangoni in Milan, Italy. It's one of the oldest fashion schools in Europe with campuses in Milan, London, and Paris. The school is ideal if you want to combine design and business skills or study in a big fashion capital. What you should know about the school is that this school has a pretty strong ties with big fashion brands, especially Italian brands such as Prada and Gucci. And
welcome to another episode of Ultimate Podcast. And on today's show, I'm here at the largest...
And it's over if the sky falls fast.
So the fifth and final school is IFM Paris. IFM is a top fashion school in Paris, and it's known for blending, fashion design and business, and has a specific focus on sustainability. So the school is great for students who want to be designers or entrepreneurs or business leaders in the fashion industry, while also, focusing on sustainability in fashion. So what you should know about the school is that IFM gives students direct access to the fashion industry, which is amazing, and the programs often combine creativity and business, which is perfect for those who want to complete understanding of the fashion world, which is super necessary. And I personally studied at IFM, and my experience was pretty great overall. The facilities were great, the professors were knowledgeable, and the students' support services was pretty nice as well.
The teachers as well, the teachers really want you to do well and want you...
Having someone to talk to, I always felt like, the school generally cared about my success in the long run. So in conclusion, choosing the right fashion school you should go to is a personal decision, and you really need to consider your long-term goals, where you want to be in the future, what you want to do, and consider as well your own strength, and it would be much easier to choose the right school. Also by looking at things like the school specialization, location, industry connections, and support services, you can find, the one that fits your goals and sets you up for success eventually. The right school would not only teach you, valuable skills, it also opens so many doors for you for internships or jobs once you're done with the school. So take your time, do your homework on all the schools, all the options you have, and I'm sure you'll find the right one. Now, if you have a question or you want to send me a message, here's my Instagram. But first, be sure to follow me, because if not, I won't see your message.